People are like, who is DanielleVictor? And I'm like, bitch, it's Danny with 2 N's. Am I a fashion blogger? Maybe. Am I a storyteller? For sure. Am I a badass bitch? Absolutely. So if you're smart, you'll subscribe to my channel.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. How goes it? How was your weekend? How is your weekend? What are you doing? Is you popping? Is you being safe? Are you bored? Are you not bored? I don't know. I feel like we're all about to be on lockdown again, so enjoy whatever it is you're doing before we're told we gotta stay in the crib again, because that shit is literally about to happen. Anyways, hi. I thought this was a great time to do a video about my experience on a story time / experience on Battle of the Besties, because you guys keep emailing me about it. And also I shall touch base on Gabby and Judi. I'm not going to dive really deep into their beef, because it is in fact their beef, but I will explain to you guys why I unfollowed her. But first and foremost, let's talk about Battle of the Besties. And for anyone that didn't see that show, thank God you did it. For any producer, network, production company to sit in like a boardroom meeting, okay? Whiteboards filled with these crazy ideas, thousands of dollars to put into this show, blows my goddamn mind. It was probably one of the worst shows I've ever been a part of, and conceptually and everything else, just straight up trash. Like, it makes me think that back in the day, people must have been so desperate for concepts for TV shows that they just like did this and they thought, yeah, this is really going somewhere. It's not. It's absolutely not. I even thought All-Star Battle was a joke, but Battle of the Besties was an even bigger joke. And they wanted to use some bad girls just so they could like promote the show and maybe get viewers, but everyone else wasn't a bad girl. And it was just so dumb, because Judi in my entire existence in life has never been my quote-unquote best friend. I don't know if any of these girls or guys that were on the show were best friends either, but besides the point. They call me, they ask me if I'd be interested in doing a show, and I've never said no to doing a show before. So obviously I'm like, yeah, I'm down, whatever, paycheck's a paycheck. So I don't know who my bad girl bestie is gonna be. They just said it's gonna be another bad girl that I have beef with. At this point in time, I have beef with just about every single bad girl on the face of the planet. You name a bad girl, I was probably beefing with her, either online or literally from my season. So I had no idea who they were gonna pick. I thought it was probably gonna be Erica for my season, because me and her, I would say her, really had like some weird obsession with me back in the day, and just like was forever talking about me online or trying to beef with me on like every like Bad Girls Club blog, IG page on the face of the planet. And I was like, sis. So I really thought it was gonna be her. But this was, I think this was right after 13. I can't remember. Yeah, I think this was right after 13. And I didn't really have beef with Judi on 13. She just, oh, sorry. I'm like mentally, you know when you're like mentally exhausted? I'm not physically exhausted, I'm just mentally exhausted. You know when like there's a lot going through your mind and you like don't know how to process all those thoughts? It like exhausts you mentally, but that's besides the point. That's why I keep yawning, but I'm actually wide awake. So again, weird. Back to Judi. We didn't really beef. I just found her to be annoying on 13. Like, I yelled at her a lot, but it was like yelling at like a child, you know? Like, I told you not to spill your drink. Why are you spilling your drink on me? why are you obsessed with Natalie Nunn? Like, why do you only want to get your nails done if Natalie gets her nails done too? It was more like just trying to be like, Judi, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then she just ended up getting sent home, and she got sent home from 13 because she told Rocky and a bunch of other girls that she was gonna like slit their throats and dance on their graves. And like the psych doctor was like, unfortunately, you're not gonna be able to go to Hawaii. She got sent home like probably like 3 days before we went to Hawaii. I was like, damn sis, like you couldn't just like thug it out until like the Hawaii trip was over. But besides the point, drinking was always involved in those type of situations. Anytime there was any aggravation or issues when it came to Judi while filming, because I did All-Star Battle 1 with her. I don't remember anything about All-Star Battle 2 because I was there for literally less than 8 hours. Like, popped in, popped out. And then I did 13 with her, and then Battle of the Ex-Besties. So I didn't do like every single project with her. I only did a couple spin-offs. But every time, like even during All-Star Battle, they wouldn't let us drink. Well, the thing is, when we first got there, our first night in All-Star Battle, Judi got wasted. Like wasted to the point where they then took the bar away from us, and we could only have like 1 drink a day, and it was like they would like measure our shots for us. And there was one time we did a challenge, and it was so cold out, and it had to do with water. Everybody's hair was fucked up, and we came in from All-Star Battle, and there was no liquor at the bar. And I'm like, I'm a drinker, okay? I don't know about y'all, but a bitch loves to drink. I don't like to be sauce because I don't know how people can handle hangovers. Like there's some people that can drink, wake up hungover, and just immediately go back into drinking. I can't. I'm hungover for like 6 days straight. But like, I would say like every single day probably I'm drinking wine. I love me a glass of wine. Wine is good. It's what I like. Okay, every once in a while I'll dabble in tequila, especially if the sun is shining, it's like 80 degrees out, and I want to put on a cute outfit and like go have a drink somewhere with someone. I'm doing it. I'm day drinking. I'm doing it. So after that challenge, of course I was looking for a drink, hella bitches were looking for drinks, and of course Judi was looking for drinks, but the bar was empty. Nothing was there. So all of us were disappointed, and we're calling like and yelling and like complaining about drinking. And Judi got on the floor, okay? It's like this, it's like almost like a living room, and there's like a bar set up in the living room. She gets on the floor and she starts tapping her feet like a 3-year-old and like crying for liquor. And I was like, that right there is not, it's just not gonna get us liquor any quicker. In fact, it's probably gonna fuck us even harder. Needless to say, we didn't get drinks for like 4 hours after that. So the reason I'm talking about this is because I think Gabby's and Judi's beef started with her explaining Judi's drinking problem. And I'm here to tell you that Gabby is not, she's not over exaggerating the extent of Judi's drinking. This has been an issue since, you know, I've done 3 shows with her. Every single show has been an issue. So I'm gonna talk about Battle of the Ex-Besties, and then I'll get back to Gabby and Judi, but I just wanted to explain to you why I'm bringing up Judi having a meltdown during All-Star Battle and why she got sent home on Bad Girls Club 13. If she wasn't drunk, she wouldn't have told Rocky and all the other girls that she was gonna slit their throats and dance on their graves, and wouldn't have gotten sent home, and she would have enjoyed a vacation. The Hawaii vacation could have been better. I mean, we weren't allowed at a resort. We stayed at a house, and the house had like huge bugs in it, and it was super tiny, whatever. But that's not something like, that's like a memory I have for the rest of my life. That was my first time to Hawaii, and it was like as soon as we stepped off the plane, it was like stepping into a painting. It was so beautiful. And if she had not drank and said those things to the other girls, she would have been able to have that memory as well. So it's unfortunate. So when we did Battle of the Ex-Besties, I didn't know it was her until we did the walkout, and I went on YouTube to try to find some like clips or reaction videos to it, but there's like nothing of All-Star Battle of the Ex-Besties on YouTube, so I can't really react to it. I can only just tell you what I remember from that god-awful show. So we saw each other when we walked out. We had to do this first challenge together. I'm not an athletic person. I just don't enjoy it. Like, that type of show is just not my thing. And I knew from jump when they asked me to do the show, I was gonna hate every second of it, because I hated every second of All-Star Battle. But to me, a check is a check and camera time is camera time, so sign me up. So I'm already miserable. We didn't get back to the house that they had us in until, like, I don't know, 10:30 at night. The house is the shittiest house I have ever stayed in any show I've ever filmed. It's small, it's in the middle of nowhere, the bedrooms are trash. The whole cast in general was fucking trash. Like, no one was entertaining, no one had a good personality. I'm like, what the is this? So we get to the house, the water is cold when we shower. There's no hot water. I'm like, this has to be a nightmare. So we get back, we shower. I don't even remember much of filming, but we weren't allowed to drink. There was no liquor. And I'm assuming there was no liquor because Judi was on the cast. So we all go to bed, we wake up, we have breakfast. Me and Judi are like, you know, doing our Bad Girls Club thing, you know, kind of like stirring the pot with other people in the house, doing what it is we do to, like, you know, have at least one entertaining episode, because I know for sure me and Judi are not lasting long on this show at all. So next day they tell us to get dressed up. Oh, in the morning we got mimosas, but we all got cut off at like one bottle of champagne with like 50 people. So it was like, you know. Then they tell us to get ready like we're going out. So we go like to a taco truck, whatever, we eat. And then they take us to this like club setup, and there's like and disgusting stuff all over the floor. I'm like, in my white brand new Air Maxes, because I took off my heels. I'm in this like super nice like satiny like silver gray type dress, and we have to like slide through this disgusting stuff to then find a key, to then find an Uber, run through the streets, try to find an acting Uber slash Lyft, take this Uber slash Lyft to a dumpster, and then dive into the dumpster to find whatever it is that we were trying to find. I wish I could find a clip of me puking in the dumpster, but I hurled. I don't do trash, I don't do dirty, I'm like a clean freak. I clean my apartment like 2-3 times a week. I hate the smell of trash. Even when sometimes if my dog like poops on the sidewalk and I have to scoop it in a doggy bag, like I have a really bad gag reflex, and when I smell stuff, I kind of like, you know? So imagine just like a dumpster full of trash, and me constantly trying to fight back the even thinking about it, I'm starting to like almost feel like, am I gonna throw up? Are you gonna throw up right now, Danielle? Don't you dare. Don't you do it. So anyways, we failed that challenge, and I looked at Judi in the car and I said, I'm quitting. Like, I have zero interest in doing the show. I don't want to stay a day longer, a second longer. I'm over it. Judi's totally fine with quitting too. She's like, yeah, I'll quit too. Elimination comes around. We get back to the crib. Again, no hot shower. So imagine being covered in pasta, like whatever was in that trash. Like, and then I think, was that even safe? Like, we were like literally on Hollywood Boulevard. Like, what if there was something dangerous in the trash bin? But besides the point. So imagine being covered in all this dirt and muck and grossness all over your body, all over your clothes, to then try to shower and there's no warm water. I'm like, this is a goddamn joke. And not only that, the house is so small that they put us in, there's only 2 showers for like 25 people. So you're just sitting there in like dirt, pasta, throw up, whatever, waiting to take a shower. I was miserable. I was so miserable. Then they wake us up at like 8 a.m. because they need to film scenes before elimination. They want us to beg to try to, you know, stay. And I'm like, I'm not doing that because I'm gonna quit. It did the same thing on like All-Star Battle 2. I'm like, I'm not begging for people not to vote for me because I don't give a about leaving. So we get to elimination and we ended up getting eliminated, so we didn't have to quit. And we leave and we like do the outro. The outro is funny because like anytime me and Judi were around each other, like we could pop some jokes, like we can do some good camera TV. Like, I never had deep rooted issues with Judi other than the fact that she drank a lot, like a lot. So then we're in the hotel and I'm thinking like, you know, we're gonna fly home in a day or two. But production actually asked if we'd stay for another week because they want to use me and Judi for another piece of another episode. And they're gonna pay us this amount more to stay longer. I'm like, yeah, bet. I'll definitely lay by the pool for a week and you can use me when you want. So that's exactly what we did. But one night we were staying in the Valley. So one night we went to this restaurant called Firefly. I don't know if anyone's from California or is in the Sherman Oaks area, but Firefly is a nice restaurant for dates or to go for drinks with your girlfriends. It's small, but the food is fantastic. And I said, Judi, let's get dressed up, let's go. So we went and we sat at the bar, but we went at like maybe 5:30. And we went to the bar and we were there for like a couple of hours and we're just chit-chatting it up with the bartender. And we drank a lot. Judi drank a little bit more than I did. I drank a decent amount, but I wasn't like too f***ed up because I didn't really see the point and I didn't want to waste hella bread. Before I know it, Judi is like weeping at the bar in Firefly, like hysterically crying. And she's talking about past traumatic experiences that she's been through. I'm not gonna repeat that because that is not my place to talk about somebody else's business like that. But say you're a bartender or you're a couple or a group of people sitting next to someone at the bar. It's the type of stories that would make people around you like uncomfortable because they wouldn't know what to do, especially Judi was hysterically crying. Like the crying you would see like in her confessional or when she cried when she didn't have her voodoo doll at the Bad Girls Club 13 reunion. That's what she was doing. So we ended up getting kicked out of the restaurant. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe we just got kicked out. But I also was like, it's definitely time to go. So we get into the Uber back. I called us an Uber back to our hotel, which was like relatively close. She cried and was like kicking the back of the chair in the back seat, and I was like trying to like tell her to calm down, like calm down, blah blah blah. And then I tried to tell her, I was like, I think maybe you should like lay off the drinking for a while. So then it kind of turned into like this beef, like this argument, whatever. But then she asked if like she could sleep in my room. I'm like, of course you can sleep in my room. So we go back to my room and like around like I pass out, like I'm exhausted. Then around like maybe like 3:30 in the morning I wake up and like our bedroom, it's my bed and then there's like this kind of like wall but you can see through the wall. It was like one of those rooms that's like that has like a kitchen and like a living room and then the bedroom. So like I'm laying in bed and then there's this wall but you can see through the wall and then there's the kitchen and the living room. So I get up at like 3:30 in the morning, I think around then, and she's just like staring at me, like not saying anything. I'm like, yo, what the f are you doing? She's like, I couldn't sleep. I'm like, okay, this is getting interesting. And it just happened to work out that this exact time all this was happening, Marriage Boot Camp hit me up and asked if I'd make a guest appearance on Gabby's episode. So like all this is happening at the same exact time. That's another story time for another day. I'll even react to Gabby's moments on a Marriage Boot Camp. But so the next day, like I wake up at like 6 or 7 and she's not in my room anymore. She must have went back to her room. And the next day she texts me, she's like, let's go get mimosas and breakfast. I'm like, okay. So we go to get mimosas and breakfast. And again, like immediately after like 3 or 4 mimosas, she's shit-faced. So I get what Gabby's saying. I can only imagine what her experience was like in Atlanta. I wasn't there, but Judi does drink and she drinks a lot. And when she does drink, it's like almost like handling a child. It's not like handling a grown-ass woman or an adult, but that is her way. That's her way. You can't keep telling someone the same thing and then have it not be, you know, have them not listen. You're just gonna give up and say, well, that's them, you know, that's Judi, like that's just Judi being Judi. So whatever, we filmed whatever they wanted us to, and then we both went home. And you know, every once in a while, like when me living out here, Judi would text me and like check on me and whatever. We didn't really have any like phone calls or in-depth conversation, but I always said, hey, let me know when you're coming out here, like I'd love to have you on the podcast. I'd love to see you. Like, it was never an issue or beef or a problem. We just didn't talk often or much. So I've been following her on Twitter forever and ever and ever. I was following her on Instagram forever and ever and ever. And then I started seeing her subliminal subbing, I can't even speak, Gabby. And I'm just gonna play this little clip of Gabby's video so you guys hear it. I'm not gonna screen record it because you guys can just go to Gabby's page and watch her video. And my sister had tweeted her, because my sister has no tolerance for people talking about me. I don't. At all. It's you forever if you talk about me. So, period. Shout out to my sister. Her foot could be on my neck and my foot could be on hers. And if someone even says my name incorrectly, my sister's coming for you heavy, and she don't give up. And it's true. My sister saw Judi throwing shade at me and had tweeted her, I know this ain't no subliminal to my sister Judi, coming from you, literally tweet about Bad Girls Club every single day, but it's over. Facts. Wasn't she on a flight screaming she's better than Natalie Nunn like a year ago? So this is the reason I'm mentioning this. It's because I put my sister before everyone, and I know everyone's like, well, how come Gabby's cool with people that you're not cool with? And that's Gabby, that's a decision she makes. I'm never ever gonna be cool with anyone on this planet my sister's not cool with. You talk about my sister, you utter any disrespect towards my sister to anyone in my family, period, you're a rap. Like, everything about you is a rap. We're not cool. We're never gonna be cool. It's not happening. And I saw the tweets that she was saying about Gabby, so I did retweet it, and I'm like, I know, like, you're not talking about my sister, especially since she does have both of our numbers. It's just very childish and weird to me. And she's like mad that Gabby did like this Bad Girls Club series on her YouTube channel. But like, anyone that follows Judi on Twitter or has been following her for years, she talks about Bad Girls Club all the time, you know. And Bad Girls Club, of course, there's days you just don't want to talk about it or think about it or be around it. But any single person who did that franchise, we are attached to that for the rest of our lives. There's nothing you can do about it. We are Bad Girls Club sorority members. So for the rest of time, that is what is going to be discussed or asked of you, or people are still going to ask you questions. So how are you going to get upset that she's doing a YouTube series when you tweet about it 24? It just was weird to me. So I unfollowed her. I just was like, I'm not gonna beef with her. I'm not gonna get involved in her and Gabby's beef. I'm just gonna hit unfollow, because as far as I'm concerned, the minute you started talking about my sister, any friendship, any coolness, anything that could happen between you and I is now deaded. So then I go on my Instagram, and I was following her, but I guess I just never like saw her post. I don't know. But then I got a notification right after I unfollowed her on Twitter that she just started following me on Instagram. So I had no idea she like unfollowed me and then was now re-following me. So I don't know if she still is. I don't know if I blocked her actually. Hold on, I'll tell you guys in a second. No, I don't have her blocked. I just realized that I was following her, so I hit unfollow, and she's no longer following me now. But that's pretty much it. Like, it's like weird. I think the whole, I was thinking about this the other day when I was talking to Randy. Every single person on Bad Girls Club has some type of issues. It's why we got casted. But everyone on this planet has issues. You do, the three people behind you, your mom, your dad, your cousin, everybody got problems. Everybody just got different problems and different issues. No one is normal. But the thing is with Bad Girls Club, the reason why we never made hella money, and the reason why we never, like, that series didn't go as far as it could, is because we could never all just be boss ass and hustle with each other. Like, there could be drama, but let's hustle. Like, for instance, every spin-off Bad Girls Club ever did we could have all gotten together and be like, yo, we all know that they're asking us to do the show, but let's all say no unless we get this amount of money. No one on that show could do that because everyone has always been in competition with someone else on the show. Like, you can't be friends with someone because they want something from you. You can't post with someone because you don't want them to have more followers than you. You don't want your followers to recognize that she's a pretty bitch too, and then all of a sudden she surpasses you in followers. It's like the most bizarre, weird, crazy bullshit I've ever experienced in my life. I've tried to be friends with multiple bad girls. I've had multiple bad girls in my home, and I'm very humble. I'm very laid back. You call me, I'm gonna answer. You want to go get a coffee? Yeah, I'll go. You want to be friends, then we can be friends. But the weird ass shady shit is so beyond anything that I can comprehend in my life. Like the calling someone a clout chaser, or like obsessed with Bad Girls Club, but yet we were both on Bad Girls Club. It's just like the weirdest. And I just realized I'm so done with being friends with any bad girls. I will remain cool. Like, Rocky just did my podcast, and I told her whenever she comes to LA, like, she can stay over, we can kick it, we can do YouTubes together, we can collab together, because what better thing than to be able to collab with people that experience something that you went through. It's like this understanding that both of y'all had. But then then there's certain people that just are so competitive and so like gnarly and don't have good intentions and don't see you as a potential friend. And it's just like, stop with all the bullshit, stop with all the nonsense. How old are we? How old are we? The subliminals, the talking on lives, all of that. Why are you talking about people that aren't on you? Gabby didn't say anything terrible about you. Even in my video right now, I'm not saying anything terrible about you, except that maybe you have a drinking problem and some of your irrational actions and thoughts and behaviors come out when you drink. But that's not me hating on you. That's me just saying, oh, that's me understanding you, and maybe this will help other people understand you as well. I didn't talk about Camilla when we had a falling out. I didn't talk about Winter when we had a falling out. I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit about Judi because, one, I wasn't that close with Judi, and two, I don't get anything from talking shit about you. I'm just explaining to you guys why I unfollowed her and what doing shows with her was like and what being friends with her was like. Like, she flew to Boston and she stayed with my family. She met Bruno. Bruno's like the love of my goddamn life, including Caesar. And you just, when people treat you with kindness and aren't like saying anything bad about you except for the truth, if you're mad about the truth, you need to look at yourself, not the person that's saying it. And we all have platforms. What she chooses to do with her YouTube channel is not what Gabby needs to choose to do for her YouTube channel. If Gabby wants to sit up on her YouTube channel and talk about every single bad girl and her opinion on it because that is what she wants to do, she has every right to do so. She's a grown-ass woman. No other grown-ass woman on this planet is going to tell another grown-ass woman what they can and cannot do, what they can and cannot say ever in this life. You can be mad about it. You can throw shade on Twitter and Instagram and everything else, okay? But you cannot, at the end of the day, tell another woman what they can and cannot do. Just like I can't tell you, or you, or you, or you, or any of you what you can and cannot say about who, about where, and about why. That is your prerogative. That is your literal First Amendment right, I think? First Amendment? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. That's one of your rights. Freedom of speech. You can say whatever the you want to say, how you want to say it, when you want to say it, where you want to say it, and to who you want to say it. If it's your YouTube, cool. If it's your Twitter, cool. If it's your IG Live, cool. I can't control that. That's out of my control. Just like it's out of Judi's control that Gabby literally just did a YouTube series on other bad girls. And it's simple. If we've been texting each other for years, just send a text. Like, yo, I wasn't really cool with that video. But instead you're gonna throw shade and not just ruin a friendship that you could have had with Gabby, but now you ruined any potential friendship you could have had with me if you ever came to LA. Because you just disrespected my family. And my family comes before all of you. So that's that. God, my hurts so bad today. Holy. I feel like my period is coming. That would be early, but whatever. Yeah, so that's that. That's my battle of the ex-besties. Story time. We were not there long, but that's basically what happened with Judi in that time frame. And even after that experience of like getting kicked out of the restaurant and, you know, trying to calm her down for hours upon hours and hours, whatever, I still was cool with her. Still texted her back whenever she hit me up, whatever, you know. Not best friends, never best friends. I don't really know shit about her life. I know she's been through some shit. You know, she had cancer and like, you know, had life experiences that were traumatic. She lost not one but both of her parents, which is awful. But you would think that like all those experiences would be so humbling for you that you would have like a bigger and more understanding heart. So the minute she was on Twitter or IG Live throwing shade at my sister's mothering and having an OnlyFans account, I was like, skirt. You ain't correct, sis. You out of pocket, you out of line, and no. So that's it. I'm not gonna waste another second of my day talking about Judi. But that's why I unfollowed her, and that's how it was doing shows with her. That's why she got kicked off All-Star Battle. That's what happened on Battle of the Ex-Besties. That's what happened on Bad Girls Club 13. Literally everything had to do with liquor. And I'm sure most of those subliminal tweets she said was under the influence, because if she was sober, of sober heart and mind, she would know better than to talk about a mother and her son. Anyways, guys, give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, but as I always say, if you're giving it a thumbs down, you probably shouldn't be on this channel. But if you are going to be here, make sure that you hit subscribe and hit the bell, because if you don't hit the bell, you're not getting notifications. And I'm getting upset because everyone's telling me that they're not getting notifications and have no idea when I'm posting. And I'm like, what the f***? Also, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, follow me on Instagram, XXO Danielle, Swallow Podcast, The Official Victor Twins, and Little Caesar the Frenchie for my little baby boy who is currently taking a nap. I'm gonna wake him up and take him for a walk though. And I love you to the moon and back. Don't talk about, you know, a mom and her child. And don't talk about my sister, because then I'm not gonna be cool with you. Sorry, I love Gabby, I don't love you anymore. Oh, it's so fucking weird to like text people and say like I love you and then be on Twitter shading them for like no good reason. It's just so weird to me. Like what is the point? What do people get out of like doing shit? Like people's actions are so bizarre. I feel like, I will say this, like possibly me and Gabby might be like the only, not the only two, but like I know that like we've just always kept it so real. Like whenever you come to my page, it's always gonna be authentic and real. I'm never gonna put on a front to like please anybody. I just don't give a fuck. So I'm always gonna say how I feel in that moment. And this is how I'm feeling in this moment about Judi and about anyone who acts like that. So just don't act like that. Act your age. Act like a grown ass fucking woman. Anyways, peace out.